Hi, it's Ragan, and I'm back in another YouTube video to kvetch about Big Brother. I have other topics, I promise, but I've been writing about the most current season of Big Brother 22, All Stars 2, so it's fresh on my mind, and I want to I was burping and I was talking at the same time. I want to kvetch, which is a Yiddish term for complain, but it's constructive criticism. And if you like what you hear, make sure you like this video, you share it, and you subscribe to my channel. One of the reasons why the average viewer may not think Big Brother is a homophobic show is because there tends to be a token gay or lesbian character in almost every season, with the exception of maybe like 1 or 2 seasons. And what that does, it's a strategy that production uses to create the illusion of inclusivity without actually being all that inclusive. Why do I say this? Well, showmances, as any Big Brother fan know, are the bread and butter of Big Brother. They tend to be the dominant storyline of almost every season. A showmance is a romantic pairing where 2 house guests hook up and find love in the Big Brother house. And Big Brother is actually more successful at pairing people together than shows like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. The showmance problem runs deeper than just the tired notion every summer viewers are going to have to sit through the same contrived romance where 2 people who've just met each other act like they're Romeo and Juliet.
You tried to come in between me and my man. You tried to break up me and my man. Ain't nobody gonna get between me and my man. Don't ever try to get between me and my man.
Showmances are also particularly problematic for gay and lesbian players because overwhelmingly Big Brother will only cast 1 gay character or 1 lesbian character on a season. And what that does is it makes it impossible for a gay or lesbian house guest to ever engage in a showmance. So what this does is it provides the illusion of inclusivity. It says we're okay with gay people as long as they never prove that they're gay. We're okay seeing a gay man as long as he's never kissing another dude. LGBTQ characters tend to be depicted as mere obstacles that straight showmances have to overcome on their way to victory. And guess what? If the showmance is not victorious, production will bring the showmance back to play multiple seasons of Big Brother until they do win. Next, production treats LGBTQ characters as disposable, almost like a one-night stand that they hooked up with and never want to see again. In the show's 21-year run, over the course of 22 seasons, production has brought players back a total of 40 times to play additional seasons. Only 2 gay characters have ever been brought back. Marsalis was brought back for All Stars 1, and Kevin was brought back for All Stars. To modify Judith Halberstam, the neoliberal and capitalist underpinnings of Big Brother mark the homosexual as somehow failed, as the subject who fails to embody the connections between production and reproduction. Capitalist logic casts the homosexual as inauthentic and unreal, as incapable of proper love and unable to make the appropriate connections between sociality, relationality, family, sex, desire, and consumption. But it's the second part of my critique that I find the most troubling, and that is how Big Brother's production team and CBS celebrates the program's most demonstrably homophobic players. To illustrate this claim, I'm going to look at 5 of the most unambiguously homophobic moments to plague previous seasons of Big Brother. And I'm going to start with probably my least favorite person that I've ever had the misfortune of meeting, and that is a guy by the name of Dick Donato, who goes by the sobriquet Evil Dick. Dick, when he was in the house in his initial season, claimed that all gays in West Hollywood have HIV. He also taunted the gay competitor Dustin with homophobic insults, like repeatedly calling him princess and asking him, "What's wrong with your mouth? Are you missing something in it?" 5 seasons later, Dick was invited back to play an additional season of Big Brother. Another example of homophobia happened during my season when my friend Rachel and I got into an argument.
Do you have to be the biggest bitch because you're gay? Is that what makes you happy?
No, Rachel, I'm not a big bitch because I'm gay. I'm a big bitch because you're an absolute monster.
Because I love gay people and you suck at it.
Yes, you clearly love gay people.
I do, Ragan, and you suck at it.
After this, Big Brother immediately invited her to play an additional season of Big Brother, and then she went on to play 3 seasons of The Amazing Race. The third example comes from one of Big Brother's big-time darlings for production, and this is a guy named Jeff Schroeder, who initially competed on the 11th season of Big Brother, and went on to also compete in season 13, and also played a season of The Amazing Race with his showmance partner, Jordan. And when he was on Big Brother, after he discovered that J.K. Rowling announced that Dumbledore, the character, a fictional character from the Harry Potter books, who is a teacher at a school, is gay, Jeff said,
"He's in a school of little kids. You don't want to make that guy gay."
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Gay men can't work with little kids?
I don't think it's the right thing to have a little kid's book and have the headmaster that you're locked away in a magical land be gay. I think that's the right kind of writing to do.
I don't see why not.
Oh, really? I could see your PC view of why not.
No, I'm not.
But I don't think it's the right thing to do. Okay, listen, you know exactly what I'm saying, okay? Don't make it seem like you're doing the right thing by saying that it's not. You're gonna let a storybook of where they go to fantasy camp, and it's all little kids living without their parents, and the guy is gay?
But everybody else, but just because he's gay doesn't mean there's anything wrong with him.
Get the fuck out of here. Don't start with that fucking shit.
I'm not, but what if you...
Don't tell me the right answer for fucking TV
I'm not.
when you don't think it's the right answer.
Because my little sister's gay, so I have to deal with gay people.
If your little sister's gay.
Next, season 19's Cody Nixon delivered an anti-trans speech where he asked, "Do you really think I give a shit that like 0.0000001% of the population is fucking trannies?" The US Air Force and Marine Corps veteran continued, "I don't give a fuck. I promise you that they're not expecting me to really fucking sympathize with their psychological cause." After his eviction, Cody was immediately invited to participate on and won the 30th season of The Amazing Race, which he played with his showmance partner, Jessica. Enzo, also from my season, was brought back to play in All Stars 2 after joking that I was likely shoving a bottle up my ass after all the members of his alliance basically shunned me and isolated me in my last week of the game. So just among those 5 people who engaged in these demonstrably homophobic moments, those 5 players alone were brought back to play additional seasons of Big Brother or to compete on The Amazing Race a total of 9 times, those 5 players. Compare that to the 2 times that gay players total have been brought back to play an additional season of Big Brother. And you can see a pattern of behavior where CBS rewards unambiguous homophobia and transphobia, yet does not extend opportunities for people who have been on the receiving end of homophobia and transphobia. Production has built entire competition apparatuses to celebrate straight showmances. In my season, one of the veto challenges was called Lover's Lane, where Jeff and Jordan from the previous season came back to host a love-themed bowling competition.
Here to host a veto competition today. So weird being back.
Are we still a couple?
We are still a couple.
Of course we're a couple.
But if you're gonna win this veto, you gotta bowl down Lover's Lane.
Rachel, you got 6 pins in 45 seconds. Which one of these guys would you like to challenge?
I would like to challenge Kathy.
That was a monument to their heterosexual love. On season 15, my good friend and fellow cast member Brittany announced her brand new pregnancy to the house guest, and then hosted a veto competition where the players built a metaphorical shrine to her pregnancy by balancing stuffed animals on a baby's mobile. By comparison, gay and lesbian characters don't even have an opportunity to find love on the show, let alone have competitions that trumpet the love that they find on it. So where does this leave us? Well, it's time for Big Brother's production team to appreciate the fact that we're in 2020, almost 2021, and one of the most popular and critically acclaimed reality competition series is RuPaul's Drag Race, where gay people get to gasp, be gay, talk about being gay, fall in love with other people. RuPaul's Drag Race has repeatedly won the Emmy for Best Reality Competition Series and Best Reality TV Host. It's time to pull Big Brother kicking and screaming into an era where marriage equality is not just some far-off dream, it's a reality. If production is going to insist on giving us the same tired showmance narrative and shoving it down the viewer's throat summer after summer, at least give us some repetition with a difference. Provide opportunities for gay and lesbian characters to meet on the show and to form a connection. Let us be part of a narrative where we get to show that we can fall in love, that our love is meaningful, and it's worthy of documentation on network television. If you like what you hear, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I will see you next week where I will kvetch about something that's probably not Big Brother related, because thank God this season of Big Brother has come to a close.